and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I said rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
NUMC Food
Good
Service.
afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday. The sun is kind of shining, so I'm happy. And today is St. Joseph's Day. And I want to start off the show with a very special thank you to Andrew at Sapienza Bakery in Almont on Hempstead Turnpike. He is the king today. We have all kinds of goodies, and as you see here, we have the special St. Joseph's special cake today, and it is going to be eaten by all these great people here today. It's delicious. He makes them with the cream from the cannolis, so it's cannoli cream, and he also makes it with special other creams, and that's what they look like. So you guys are lucky today because it's St. Joseph's Day. That's Sapienza. Andrew, again, thank you very much because you made our day today, and everybody's happy to be eating them. I also want to talk about my great guests today. I'm going to start with Andrea Nordquist. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
She is from the Military Blue Star Mothers, and she does everything. I have Stephanie Carlino, my buddy for many, many, many years. Part of the Breakfast Club, part of the show, part of all kinds of things we've done.
Yes.
We look for jobs together. We cry together. We laugh together.
We've
we
done it
fight
all.
together. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
And I'm going to let you, my dear Danielle, introduce yourself because I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Hi, my name is Danielle Lieblein. I am with a non-for-profit charity called Nursing Home Warrior, where we advocate for residents to be seen, valued, and feel like they are cared for.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So, does everybody here like St. Joseph's bread, cake and all?
Looks
Or-
amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Looks
every
amazing. And who doesn't love cannoli cream?
and Sapienza was packed today because Susan's husband went to pick up our goods, and the lady said, "No such, no boxes for the Breakfast Club, nothing here." He had to go back home, call me, and again we called Andrew, and he said it's here. So thank you, Jimmy, and thank you, Susan, for going to pick up the goodies. So, how have you been, Stephanie? You haven't been on for a while.
No, we've been busy. I've been trying to help Danielle. We had a wonderful, one of the things she does is these pop-up shops in the nursing homes, and she's been talking about it, and I finally got to participate in one. And what it is, the main room in the nursing home, because she goes in, sets up racks like a department store, and then the people are brought down in their wheelchairs and their walkers or however, and a volunteer takes them around. They're given a bag and a name tag, and they're allowed to go and select absolutely free. And the faces, some woman, when I said we're going to go shopping, she said, "Well, I don't have much money." I said, "Nope, this is all free. Take what you'd like." I mean,
very nice.
it's amazing, the gratitude and how wonderful I felt. As a matter of fact, I'm helping this Sunday. There's going to be one in the Oceanside Care Center. So Bill and I will be there helping.
Oh, Bill's coming.
Of course.
So now I heard you have this fabulous donator, designer clothes, or
Oh, so
Who is
yeah,
that?
so all the clothes at the pop-up shop are new with tags on them. Major Label Group is the person who provides probably 80% of the clothing.
That's
The rest
wonderful.
Yeah, they're amazing. The rest of the clothing comes from donations. There's an Amazon wish list on my Facebook page. So literally for the last week, I've been coming home to packages of Amazon. Sometimes I get 4 pairs of sweatpants. Other times I've gotten 12 sweatshirts. Sometimes I get pajamas. So there's an Amazon wish list, and people have been buying off of it. And
really?
then
That is great.
Yeah.
How
and
did
it's
you
so
get
nice.
that, involved with that? It's just, you put it out there and it just...
I put it out there and it just happened. Actually, Arthur Lee, the owner of LifeVac and the inventor, he's the one who has been the biggest push in my life to keep going and nonstop. He also puts a lot of time, effort, and finances into Nursing Home Warrior to make sure that these residents are seen every day.
Yeah, Arthur's a great man. He comes on after our show. I've known him for like 6 years, and Heidi as well.
Heidi's amazing.
And Rick
Heidi,
too.
yeah.
So we're kind of like partners as far as just, we come in, he goes out, we see him on the road.
They're
And
amazing.
great organization.
Heidi's amazing.
And
Rick.
his wall of honor there and out on Long Island. I still haven't gotten out there to see it yet. But he has invited us a few times, so it's great.
It's
so now, what
breathtaking.
about what you did when you worked in the nursing homes?
So I still work in a nursing home.
Oh, I didn't think you did that anymore.
No, I do work. I work part-time in a nursing home. I am a registered dietitian, so I'm in charge of the clinical nutrition programs in nursing homes. And it's amazing, and I love it. And it's something, I've been in nursing homes since I'm 17. I don't ever see me leaving there.
Really, that's your
I am
passion.
taking a step back to work on the charity and grow the charity, but as far as being in the nursing home every day, I love it. I mean, this population is extremely special. They really just want to tell their story. They want you to understand where they are and who they're from. And if you give them a little bit of attention, I promise they're going to give you back so much more.
Yeah, I know. I've worked with seniors, so I do get that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. How did you think about starting this? Just because you saw so much?
Well, I did. I saw a lot and I heard a lot. And about 10 years ago, I started a business that failed miserably because I absolutely stunk at it. And I was going to give up, and then I met this guy, Paulie, who is my partner in crime when it comes to the charity, and we were talking about it, and he's like, you should probably start doing it or do something. And then I was talking to Arthur Lee from LifeVac, and his whole motto is keep going, just don't stop. Even when you feel like you hit a wall, you just keep going, and that's how he got to where he is.
Mm-hmm.
And as one of my very good friends, he just kept saying, why, keep going, keep going. So through that, we decided to create this charity, and now we have Stephanie on board, who is, our outreach.
She's a go-getter.
She is our outreach, who has done amazingly wonderful things for us. So it's about the residents every day.
So now, do you get donations from people, or do they have to be cleaned, or?
So we get donations from people. So the donations that I get that are not new, like the gently used, Paulie and I go through every piece of item, and we figure out what is appropriate for a nursing home resident and what isn't. Those don't go to the pop-up shops. Those go to something called cozy boxes, where we pack up boxes and we deliver them to nursing homes. So
Really?
in the last, I'm going to say 2 months, we've probably dropped off 30 cozy boxes to different nursing homes around. We were just in Westchester, White Plains, and the Bronx. We just dropped off 14 boxes there.
So you really, where's your storage?
So-
Because I've done this before.
Her house, her
Not a
mother's,
lot.
everybody's
Once in a while,
garage.
when I would do a drive, my husband used to say, "Get it out of here."
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
So we have 3 garages full of clothing. So my girlfriends who own Major Label Group, they sent us 37 boxes the other day. 37 medium-sized U-Haul boxes. It was tremendous. It's amazing. We go through them, and some of the things they send us is not appropriate for nursing home residents, because they also do children's clothing. So we get a lot of children's clothing also. When we get clothing that's not appropriate, my sister works with homeless shelters.
Oh,
So
very
we give them
nice.
to the homeless shelters. I have another woman who actually pays for shipping to send them to a homeless shelter in Poland. Then a bunch of the clothing gets shipped to the DR, the children's clothing, and it goes to 4 different churches in Queens.
Well, that's terrific.
So everything goes. It's just a matter of Paulie and I sorting through them and figuring out who's getting what.
That is great. Now, do you have an administrative team? It's just you and Paulie.
Right now it's just us.
I know how that is.
It's
One-man
just
band or whatever.
That's it.
But it actually is
it
better
works.
that way.
Yes,
because,
it does work. Yes.
I'm very difficult to work with. I think if Paulie was here, he would be like, yes, she's
really?
very.
God, you don't look
very. No, I'm very difficult.
Smiling a lot.
She has a side.
I have a side, but I also have a mission, right? And I've also
Passion, yes.
I mean, I've been in the nursing home world for 37 years. So it's not like I'm someone who was in a nursing home, I'm like, oh, I know all about it. Or somebody who had a mother in a nursing home, I'm like, oh, I know all about it. I've lived it for 37 years. So I know the good, I know the bad, I know the cover up, I know it's not so bad, the family's exaggerating. I know the whole entire gamut, right, for 37 years. So it's hard for somebody to tell me something and me be like, yeah, you're right. I'm kind of like, no, I lived it. That's not actually how it goes.
But I can relate to that, because even myself with, having been unemployed and working with people that were very experienced, that's how I met Stephanie, and couldn't land because of the experience, because of the intelligence. And people would say, no, it's not like that. It's just, no, you don't know.
Right.
If you're over 50, that is old now. Not old, but it's old if you want to go to corporate America again. It is. And we even tried to get a program for 50 plus to be interns again, so they would be able to get jobs. They wouldn't go for it. Nobody would go for it. So now we've figured out a different way. Most of the people that come to get coached here, we talk them into starting a little business. Because in 10 years that you didn't get the job, you're 60 now, you don't really want to go back to corporate anymore. And you want to do something on your own. And if you volunteer in the process, you're going to get a job. And that's really how, and we grew so much.
And it's good to keep an eye. I just tell you 10 years, it's so funny because a girlfriend of mine, years ago, more than 10, we had decided we were going to go back to school to be, not social workers, probably a social worker, but like a counselor and things like our own business, So, and we looked it up, we checked it all out and everything like that. Everything was just great. And then we said, we're going to go to school for another year and a half.
No way.
What the heck? Why would we go to school for another year and a half? You know how long it'll take us to get this? Then we'll be that much older. Well, yes, now we're 15 years older. How we still don't have this degree.
So someone really smart said this to me when I was 24. I wanted to be a doctor. I was working in a hemodialysis unit. And the medical director said to me, go back to school and be a doctor. I said, ugh, are you kidding me? It's 10 more years of school. And he said to me, those 10 years are going to pass.
Well, it's true.
So you're going to look back in 10 years and you're either going to be a doctor or you're not going to be a doctor. So you need to figure out. So I get what you're saying about that year and a half because I'm not a doctor. No,
but it's true. After a certain amount of time, you just don't want to go back. Like when I first lost my job, I wanted to go back to corporate. I did. I kept interviewing and I wanted to do it. Now, no way. Because you're your own boss, you're doing your own thing. Maybe you don't make as much money, but less is more.
But you're happier.
And you're happier, yeah.
I would go back to medical school if somebody wanted to finance that for me.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't. See that because I don't want to.
That was my dream. That was always my dream.
Well, it's never too late.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I need someone to finance that.
Yeah.
So that might be too late.
One of our guests last week, Mary Botafuco, she went back to school and got her master's in social work at 67.
God bless her.
And so God bless Mary.
Yeah.
But I bet you guys, you probably have a lot of questions for Andrea. Now you could probably relate a little bit to what she was saying.
I was listening to everything she was saying, and it's the same exact thing with
the
veterans.
military.
Yep. Dealing with them. We give out a little package, and it has a star cut out from a flag.
Yes, I have
and
to.
it has a card on the back that says, this was part of a flag that flew, became tattered and torn, it can't be flown anymore, and we're just trying to say, thank you, and we're thinking of you. And we give these out all the time, and a little packet like that, I get hugs, I get thank yous, like, can I just give you a hug? Or they will then start to tell you their whole life story. So you have to be very careful if you're giving these out. You need to have some free time because they will want to tell you. I've heard their life stories, how they went in the military, what happened to them in the military when they came out. But they need that little bit of them telling their story just validates who they are. And especially your older veterans, that's what they need. They need somebody just to say thank you, just to listen to them. And it makes such a difference. It really
Well, the
does.
human interaction is sadly a thing of the past now because the younger people coming up today, I saw something was funny and it was the monkeys hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And then they said the fourth monkey showed up because he was on his iPhone and the next one was speak to nobody. That sadly, we're laughing, but sadly that's what's become of people don't even know how to have conversation
No,
with
they
people
don't.
anymore because everything's cryptic and they're all in such a hurry, and when they text, even my grandson will text me and it's short, and I said, you're like on Wheel of Fortune, you saving the vowels? Can't you write it out so I can read? Or I have to guess?
I put capitals and periods and commas and colon marks, and I do, and my kids laugh at me, but I can't. It's just something that I was raised with. If you're going to speak to
Well, you
someone, you're
can't
going to say
change.
something.
Right, exactly.
You need to write in full sentences and make sense, and that's not. It's not the way it is nowadays, and they're lacking that because. And my daughter will always make fun of me, like, because if I'm online, sometimes you wind up talking to somebody online. And
Oh, a
they're
lot
like,
of the
oh my
time.
gosh, like, why are you doing that?
Well,
Because you're
daughters,
staying online.
well,
and-
daughters don't do that.
yeah, no.
My daughter, she was watching everything I did on Facebook when I first lost my job. And she was like, you talk to too many people. I'm like, that's what you have to do.
You do.
That's definitely.
And you hear a lot of really great stories.
Yeah.
So I would definitely not change.
So now you're the chairperson also of the Salutes, Community Salutes. of
Our
Nassau
community
County.
salute. So
What is that?
what we do is in May every year we have a ceremony that thank high school seniors who go into the military directly after graduation.
That's
great.
Come
Really
senior
nice.
year, kids get their college sweatshirts and they're bragging they're going to this college and that college, and then you have a child that is going into the military, and the phrase is, "Oh, you're just going in the military," which we are trying to remove that word "just." A lot of times we will ask these students like what their reason is, and you would think, oh, because their parents were in the military, whatever, and very rarely that's the case. It's because, number one, they don't have the money for education, so they go in the military for a few years, they'll come out, they get the GI Bill,
Yes.
and go to school for free. Some of them are doing it because they really don't know what they want to do. So what are they going to go to college for and waste all that time? Some are very dedicated. They want to go in the military. They want to serve their country, and that's their focus. Some because of family members, somebody encouraged them. But it's amazing the wide range of reasons. So this will be our 4th year doing it. First year we just had a few recruits. Last year we had all the branches of the service except for Coast Guard. But all the other branches came, and we had about 46 high school seniors. who
Wow.
come. It's a free ceremony for the students and their parents, and we never turn away a grandparent or if they bring a sibling. We keep it focused on 17 and 18-year-olds. It's 7
That's a
o'clock
great
at night.
idea.
It is very nice.
That's very
It's,
nice.
7 o'clock for a high school senior, they have a lot of other things on their mind except sitting and listening to. So we do invite elected officials just to recognize them, but they don't speak. And then we try to get interesting speakers to come that they would want to listen to. So we usually have maybe 1 or 2 speakers, that's it. We keep it very limited. We have a PowerPoint where we show all different pictures of most of our kids who went through basic training
And graduated.
and graduate, so they could see, this is what I'm going to be doing in a few more years. And they always get, a lot of the recruiters get a lot of laughs at some of the pictures. This year we have Commissioner Ryder, the Commissioner of the Nassau
Nassau
County
County
Oh,
Police
he's
Police
Department.
great.
Department.
Love that
He's
man.
our speaker.
He's so sweet.
Oh,
He's
he's
a doll,
terrific.
and he's very excited about coming and speaking to the cadets to motivate them and encourage them. So we're very excited. So we hold it at the Nassau County Police Department Training and Intelligence Center in
Oh,
Garden
the
City.
one, oh, that is
Brand new
beautiful.
building. It's gorgeous.
Have you
Commissioner
guys been
Ryder
there?
was absolutely whatever you need. It's beautiful.
It is.
And so if anybody wants to come, go on OCS. They'll say look for a local chapter. You look up Nassau County. You could register. Again, it's free. And we really want to reach out to as many students as we
But
can.
that's interesting because we have a friend now. His father was. It's so funny. His father was a submarine captain, and he didn't know what he wanted to do, so he wanted to go in the service. Now he went in the special forces because he said, "I don't really know what I want to do. I don't want to be forced to make a decision. I'll go in the army if I want to stay, I'll stay." And if I don't, then I'll come out and go to school on the GI Bill. It was fabulous.
That's what my son did. He started college and he was like, I don't know if this is really what I want to do. Comes home one day and he says, I joined the Air Force. And, I screamed and yelled, and then we sat down and we talked, and I realized it really was the best decision. He has grown up so much, and that was 20-something years ago. He's still in the National Guard out at Gabreski. He's a Nassau County policeman, and he's focused and doing so well, and it made him grow up. And military is not for everyone,
No.
but for someone who can handle it, the structure and discipline is wonderful.
Yes.
Because they come out, and a lot of businesses like our military members that come out because they've been through basic training, they've had drill sergeants, yelling at them, they've had to follow rules, they've learned a skill, and then if they stay in a little bit longer, they can get a lot of training, they can get college credits.
Of course.
So it's really not the worst thing for them,
No,
especially for young kids who don't know what they're doing.
It's a great thing.
Right?
Very good. We
We-
just got a call in from one of our members that lives in Fort Pierce, Florida. It's her birthday today,
Aw,
so we missed it. So I'm trying to call her back. If not, we'll all tell her happy birthday anyway.
yes, absolutely.
Patricia was our communications director here for many, many years, and she moved to Florida, loving life, tan as could be. So Patricia, Patty, happy birthday from all of us.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Patty.
birthday.
We miss you.
Miss you.
Bye.
We missed her call.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was the Honor Foundation. That's something else, right?
Honor Flight, yes. I've been a guardian 3 times now. Honor Flight is for any veteran up until the Vietnam era. So from World War II, which we don't have, we did have a World War II veteran on my last flight, all the way up to the Vietnam era. They haven't gone any further than that because they have a very large waiting list. So a veteran gets to go down to Washington, D.C. for a whole day. We fly down to Baltimore, we take a coach bus, we do all the touring around, we get 3 meals, a lot of surprises, which I wouldn't spoil. And then we wind up back at MacArthur Airport, usually around 11, 12 at night. And it's an
I
amazing
know someone who
event.
went on that, and he said,
Oh, it's life-changing. They cry, they laugh, they have a great time, they bond with other veterans. And it's, guardians pay $400. You can bring your own guardian if you want, but they still have to pay that money because that helps offset the cost. I've done it 3 times, and my name's on the list to do it again. So I'm
You're
just waiting for the
amazing,
next
isn't
flight.
she? She does so
we
much.
just, Bill was in the submarines, and we go every year to Kings Bay, Georgia, to the submarine base there, where they have the ceremony, World War II veterans, honoring the World War II submarine veterans,
It's amazing.
which is
really.
very moving and meaningful.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah.
And so
There
what,
aren't many left now, but
now you have a scholarship program. It says Christopher
Yes.
Nordquist Young Ambassador. Is that a relative?
That's my son.
That
Was my son. Yes.
Oh.
40 some odd years ago, I lost my son Christopher. He was 2, and we didn't realize at the time that we could have donated his corneas. So we actually got a phone call after we came home from the hospital, and it was the eye bank calling, and they said, you could still donate his corneas if you wanted to. And I was thinking, here I am sitting at a table hoping that somebody would call me and have good news for me, which was not going to happen. But there was going to be 2 families somewhere of children that were going to get this phone call saying, we have a cornea for your child, so they could get their eyesight. So we did donate his corneas, and on his 25th anniversary, we started the Christopher Nordquist Memorial Scholarship,
nice is
the
that?
Young Ambassador Scholarship. So it offers a $3,000 scholarship to any high school senior or anyone in college that could help them with their tuition. It's just an application they have to fill out. They have to do a small project. Nowadays, the big projects are doing things online.
is that in association with the military or no? Any high school student.
That's any high school student, any college student in the 5 boroughs of.
That's amazing. That's very
fabulous.
nice that you kept that separate.
Yes, that's something I did in his memory, and it's an important thing. It helps the eye bank, and it helps somebody who needs help with their tuition, and it helps spread the word about cornea donations, which are very much in need.
yes.
So now we have some flyers. What's coming up? Bobby, we have some flyers that the military Blue Star Mothers are having some events coming up.
Yes.
So we'd like to talk
Anita was
about
gonna get yours off the
them.
Facebook page about the upcoming
Yeah.
pop-up shops.
Okay, now that one.
Okay, so that's our Rosie event. So we started this about a year and a half ago, where we had Rosie the Riveter. We were going to be the Rosie girls, and so we made pillowcases for veterans in the hospital. So we made about 40 of those. So then the next project we did last year is we bought Christmas trees from the dollar store, decorated with the red bows from Wreaths Across America from the year before, and gave them out to veterans. We
Nice.
actually had a veteran that we gave the tree to last year, and he said, I haven't decorated my house in 15 years, but now that I have this tree, I will.
Oh, that's
Another
a nice
veteran
story.
also told us that he lived in his car and he was going to use it to decorate his car. So we did try to get him over to talk to somebody to maybe get him housing. This is our community salutes.
Which is, we just spoke about.
Right, that they can go on
So
and
it's May
find us.
19th.
May 19th, yep, 7 o'clock ceremony.
Mhm.
And then we
The
have...
big thing coming up.
Yes, our
the
big,
red flyer.
our big fundraiser, Jersey Boys at the CM Theater in Oakdale.
That's where I had Nicole Caputo's, my book, this one.
Mhm.
That's where we did Nicole's event. And that's Jerry, remember? My friend Jerry Harkins, we did a big event there for Nicole Caputo. That's what this book is about.
Yeah,
And she passed away 3 months ago. So
so sorry.
this is my heart and soul. We were friends since Holy Communion.
Oh, long
When is
time.
the event at Jersey Boys, and how much is that?
April 19th, it's $45 a ticket.
Good
We'll have
price.
raffle prizes, yeah, I mean, it's very reasonable.
Yes.
And they put on great shows there, it's local, and it's only $45 a ticket. And then we'll have some raffle baskets.
And it's a
Now, do you
beautiful
buy the
theater.
tickets online from them, or how do you do
Yes,
that?
on that flyer, there's my
Okay.
girlfriend Carol, you can reach out to her and
Okay.
purchase tickets, so.
It's a beautiful theater.
I know, we've been there, we like it.
But
Yeah.
I actually that night fell at the theater.
no.
And I was laid up for about 7 months.
Oh,
But Susan also donated a beautiful gift today
yes.
to you for
Yes.
that event. So
Yes, so I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Because this is what raises our money, because we cook for Liberty Village, which is veterans that have some kind of issues. We cook for them once a month. So we bring it to their meeting, and they get the guys to come out because they need to go to these meetings, and they come because of the food. So we cook for Liberty Village. We donate to Vet Mart, which is in East Meadow. They serve about 450 veterans a month. So we donate money to them every month. We adopted a building at the VA, Building 8, which is downstairs is the psychiatric geriatric ward, and then upstairs is more of the elderly veterans that maybe are just there for rehab.
where is that building?
VA, the
Oh,
VA in
Northport?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do a lot. We buy them a birthday gift each year for their birthday. We decorate. They needed a new fish tank, so we had somebody come clean it, buy them new fish. We buy them all, anything that they could use, we help. And now we just adopted another group. They're the younger veterans that have PTSD and different issues that are they're allowed to be there anywhere from, I think it's a month to 3 months, try to get them back on their feet to get back out into the world. So we just adopted them, and we'll be helping them with, like trips. We're buying them these challenge coins that they get when they graduate the program. But all this costs money. So
Yeah, everything does.
Of
But you're doing some work. So when do you sleep?
I do in between, and then I'll wake up in the night and go, oh, and I always have a pad and paper, pad and pen next to my bed, because I'll wake up at 2 o'clock and go, wait a minute, I need to do this, or I have to add that, or I have to remember to
Well,
do
we're going to
something,
salute you
so.
two ladies that are
thanks.
really doing such beautiful work. And I guess you know how to do the real salute. I don't know. Do we, Stephanie, know how to do the real salute?
No, but you could show us.
Yeah. Okay. So now, are you the kind of group that, let's say I was having an event and I wanted a color guard to come. Do you guys do that?
What we do is that's part of what we do. Besides helping our veterans, helping our military and their families, we honor the fallen. We support our moms. We have 2 moms right now who have sons somewhere in the Middle East that are in harm's way, and we talk them down. We're there for them. They can call us at night because they can't hear from their kids, so it gets very hard. And then one of the other things that we do is networking. So as an organization, we cannot help one individual veteran, but we had a veteran that basically was living with no running water in his house. He had no food. It was horrible, deplorable conditions. And so what we did was we reached out to a group that we knew could help. We made a donation to that group. They're a 501c3, we're allowed to donate them, and then they use that money to help him. So we do a lot of networking. So if somebody needs a color guard, I have a few groups. I'll
That's
give
good to
them a
know.
call.
'Cause
Yep, and
back in the days when I did events, I loved color guards at
Yep,
them.
yep.
They just make everything so serious.
Yes, and they're
Very,
great.
very nice.
There's a Vietnam veteran color guard group, and they are so good. I reach out to them. I'm like, are you guys busy? And if they can do it, they will. And if not, then we have some other groups that we reach out to. So there's a lot of networking that we do. If we can't fill a need or we can't do something, we have these great, veteran groups.
So last question is, I'm sure you know about the baby lift, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so up until this year, every year, we got involved with the baby lift program, because there's a little old lady, her name is Lana Noon, who was part of that. She's like in her 80s, and we relived the event when the planes went down, the babies, the boxes in the water, and all that. And Jerry Ferretti was a big filmmaker who helped us do it. Remember, we had it at G's?
Yeah. Yes.
And that, we really had a great time. And but every year she calls for more, do it again. And it's very hard. So this time we were going to do just a read at the Belmore Library. But it just didn't come together this year, so maybe next year. But I had to be the one to call her the other day and say, we can't do it this year.
Next time, reach out to us. We'll see what
Yeah,
we can
because
do.
she would have liked to work with you, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will. But, it's nice to go to the library and do these things, but you know how we believe in volunteering? But the people that work there don't. So you always have to bring everybody in. And this time I just couldn't. I said, what about, one of you guys putting it, helping us? They didn't want to do it. So I
that's
said,
a shame.
I
Yeah.
did say to Lana, not this year, but maybe next year. So to all of
God
these
willing.
great programs, and two amazing, passionate women here.
Yeah, it's amazing what the power of women can
Yeah,
do.
and
And
believe
and
it.
isn't this Women's History Month?
Yes, it
It
is.
is.
And here we go. We salute two of the finest.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, enjoy it.
Yeah.
One thing we always do is eat. Would you like a piece?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm going to
Did you have one
I'm good,
yet?
thank you. I just came from lunch. Thank you.
Okay, and look, we're gonna cut this up if someone wants it after, because this is the most messiest
Yes,
thing
it
to
is.
eat.
Yes.
But I can
Messy.
definitely guarantee you that Bobby Lacera will eat the whole thing.
Okay.
Because
You
he
should eat it and
he
enjoy.
can eat anything. He eats and he's thin as a rail,
Yeah.
and he never gains a pound. And Bobby is the man responsible to make the studio so bright and beautiful. And he just redecorated her old area here. And you haven't been here for a while, so
No, this is beautiful.
You loved it
really
when you
did. I
walked
walked
in.
in and I was just mesmerized by that. I love the city and it's a beautiful.
it's a great picture. Even if our bride wants to come in here and have our picture taken in front of this wall,
Yeah.
look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, really, it's
Yeah,
very,
nice.
very nice. So thank you, Bobby. But he is going to be starting a training soon. If anybody has any children that are interested in doing what I do here and what Danielle does here, which is have a show or have some kind of an event to talk about anything, Bobby is willing to train people now.
Oh, wow.
He's going to have a group, and it's going to start in about a few weeks. And
idea.
it's sort of, what's that thing what's it called? Well, anyway, it's like when you go to training to be a serviceman, and it's the first 6 weeks.
Okay.
That's what Bobby's going to be doing. I can't think of the name.
Apprentice?
No,
I don't know.
yeah, I can't think of the name.
Technical
of it.
school? I don't know.
No, it's like that. The first 2 weeks when you go somewhere. And
Orientation?
Yeah,
Kind of.
and he's going to start it here.
Measure your worth.
If anybody wants to be part of it,
And learn from the best.
and not only that, Bobby, as you know, makes everything great.
Well,
You could start your own podcast.
You know what I love about Bobby is that he's completely approachable, right?
Very.
So he's smart and brilliant, and he comes up with the most amazing ideas, but he's also approachable. So also when you mess up or you do something wrong during the podcast, he gets it, and he's willing to help you and redirect you. And that's really important when you're working with somebody, because you're not really self-conscious, right? Because Bobby will tell you there's many times when we're taping that I am less than professional. I will be cracking up. I will be it's just, Bobby will tell you, I'm not really that professional all the time. And he redirects me, and he's not nasty about it.
No, he's very nice.
like, okay, let's come together. And the other thing I love about Bobby is you can buy all your merchandise from him, right?
Yes.
So he's now doing for us at Nursing Home Warrior, he is making a whole bunch of merchandise for us to sell for, obviously, so everything could go back to the charity. He also like does logos. He's like one-stop shopping. There
Yes,
really is nobody better than
absolutely.
Bobby.
And if you come down to the studio at any time at 20 Broadway, he's got a little shop next door that you're going to definitely walk out with something. A lot of crystals, a lot of holy kind of special remembrance types of things. Shirts, glitter, all kinds of jewelry and really special things.
I was wondering if I could just do one more shout out.
No, of course not. Of course you can.
Of course not.
There's a woman, Eva Casal, who does Team Eva, and she runs 7 marathons in 7 days.
Oof.
Ah,
Now, she does not run at full speed, but she will cover hundreds of miles. She's starting on Sunday, April, I believe it's the 26th. She starts in Huntington, and she will run 22.2 miles that whole day, going through all different cemeteries, monuments,
Oh, my
special
goodness.
places. And then she gets up the next day and she does another 22 miles.
Team Eva.
And she
Hey.
will do that, and she finishes on the following Saturday. I believe it's May 2nd.
Is she young?
Yeah, she is, and she's skinny as a rail. You have to see what she eats, but she will do 7 marathons in 7 days.
Wow.
This is her 10th year doing it.
Congratulations.
She's a
Almost
sponsor.
1 in 7 years.
But she's phenomenal, and all the money that she raises goes back to veterans.
It's amazing.
And
Really
she
great
stops
programs.
at all
yeah.
different, like
That's
she'll stop in
amazing.
Eisenhower at the Veteran Memorial. She stops at all different memorials, all different places. And she's
amazing.
the sweetest, nicest lady, so I had to give her a shout out.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
definitely. Tell her to give us a call.
Yes, we'll
Yeah.
we'll be thinking about her next week for sure.
Definitely.
she
Hope
does.
somebody's there holding a water at all these different places
They
that she
do,
needs to
and she does it in the rain, she does
Oh,
it in the cold,
God
no
bless
matter
her.
what the weather is, she will be there running. And then she'll have groups, sometimes she'll have younger kids, high school groups, meet her at certain points and run maybe a mile or 2 or 3 with her. But
That is
otherwise,
terrific.
she does
That's
the
nice.
That's really
Yeah.
Engage in the community.
Right, she does. She's an amazing lady, so
Mm.
I needed to give her a shout out.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
I love that idea for sure.
Yeah.
So now we're in the process of Lent,
Yes.
and all kinds of different holidays for different religions. Passover, the Greek Easter, all those things that are coming up. What's planning? What's anyone planning? We're having our Easter show in 2 weeks, so of course maybe the Easter Bunny will come.
Oh, we still dye the eggs. and it's so funny because Dylan, my grandson, is 22, and we did the eggs, and then we're doing something in the house well after Easter. I think it's like June, and all of a sudden I look at something and there's an egg. I said, "Oh, Dylan, you missed that one." But we still hide the eggs. We dye the eggs. We hide the eggs. There are some traditions that we're just not ready to let go
Well,
of yet.
even like when your kids get older, like your grandson is, they still like to do that with
Yes,
grandma.
he does.
Yes.
They really do.
They still want that little bit of candy.
He's
They
a
still have
special.
their
He's a
baskets.
special.
Mine live far away, so we can't really do it together. But when they come in, then we do other things.
Of course.
But they'll send me pictures and when they're doing it or get on the video and all that, which is nice. But it definitely takes adjusting when your grandchildren leave.
Oh,
That's why you always want to be near them. But when they get older, guess what?
I know.
Then they leave.
They don't want to stay. They want to go
No.
Yep.
on their way, right?
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
No.
Mine are still young enough that they're all
Well, I'm hoping
bye.
that mine moves on too. I hate him to be stuck
Well,
in New
when they
York.
go away to college, they grow so much.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
They really do. And so,
Danielle's son Jack never came home. He's now working for a charity also, so it does run in the
Non-profit.
family. He's working for a non-for-profit.
yeah.
That was very
Pennsylvania.
interesting.
And
in
I believe in
Pennsylvania.
that. I believe in the
Yeah.
non-profit because I grew because I lost my job. I mean, I had a great job, but after losing it in corporate America, I didn't grow for the first year. And then as I started to volunteer everywhere, that's where I met all these great people and everything that's happened since. So
And
the
you-
volunteering is what's needed in the school systems because parents don't make their kids do it anymore.
It is picking up a little. Like we were just asked to go to a high school in Call Place. They're having a volunteer day with the junior
Nice.
high and high school to teach the kids. They're having all different groups come in to talk to the kids about volunteering and
Oh,
how to
that's
volunteer.
great.
So Plainview, Beth Page just did something the other day with veterans. So it's starting a little bit in
It's
some of
catching
the high
on.
schools
Good.
to try and encourage the kids because you're going to lead by example. You know, I have a volunteer fireman, I have a policeman in my family, my daughter's a doctor. They all went into fields where they were helping someone because they saw all that I did, and I did a lot less when they were younger because I was home with them. But kids need to see,
Yes,
and they
do.
need
They
to see
do
the
follow the
benefits.
parents.
You lead
know,
by
they-
example.
Yeah, but they
It's very
need to
true.
see what's out there. A lot of kids that do start volunteering, like all of a sudden you
They
see
like
they
it.
like it, and they get something out of it. Doesn't cost them anything. You know, they're giving back. They're getting a lot from what they're doing. They're off their phones. They're making a difference. And it has to be something that's taught to them and shown to them and encouraged.
Yeah, they have to have hands on. And then what I always say to them is, look, if you volunteer, you're going to be sitting next to a person that wants to be there. Not because they have to be there, and the company's paying them to go to this. They're doing it because they want. What happens from that? They'll help you. You help them. Things happen, and look what happens.
You always get more
synergy's
than
all
you
about.
get. You know,
Every
you
time.
do. You come home, and sometimes I'll be like, all right, I can't do this anymore. You know, we had 17 events in the month of
So
September.
I don't know how you did that.
I'm like, I don't know how we got through it. And then you lay down in bed and you're like, I can't do this anymore. And then you realize, yeah, but I have to, because what you get from it, the feeling that, and how do you say no? Or like some people say, well, just say no. I'm like, you can't do
You
that.
can't.
You can't.
Well,
And-
they do have those shirts that say, don't, always ask me. I always say yes.
Yeah.
But for me, in the late part of my career, I'm now acting. Why? Because I volunteered at the film festivals for 3 years, and I'm in 3 films. And you know what? It's a lot of fun. So when I tell some people my age, why don't you just be an extra? No. But they do it once, they love it.
We've done it. My girlfriend is if you haven't seen it yet, we saw it in a preview, but now it's on Prime Video. It's called Waitlist, a
Yes.
lovish story.
That's a big one.
And that was partly filmed in my house.
Oh,
And it
wow.
I
was-
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it was funny because we're there, and my girlfriend said to me, I hadn't said anything. She said, "That looks like your house." I said, "It is."
Oh, wow.
But
Yes.
and
Now I have to
we have been extras in a couple of her movies,
Yes.
and
It's a lot of fun.
it's fun now.
It
We
is.
like Travis, we call these people our friends. I mean, the guy from Blue Blood, Sid was there
I know, I
in our
wanna
house,
meet him.
and they're all in our house, and Baker, Abby, they're all in our house, and it's just
There's
nice.
so much out there in the world that
You can do.
you
yes.
can do, and you need to
Absolutely.
experience and try it all, because you just never know.
It's true. I mean, and Stephanie knows as well that they filmed my movie that's coming up in my house, but it was 17 days. I'll never do it again because it was all about, a mother and a son. He's autistic, and he fell in love with an Asian girl, and mama wasn't happy. And, back and forth, the girl, the boy, the this, to eat, And it was fun, but 17 days was
That's a long time, yeah.
That I wouldn't do again.
No,
But I
I
would
was
do-
just 17. We did about
Yeah.
3, and that was
And
that
I
was
never
enough.
realized it was going to take that long. And now it's going to be coming up soon. It's either going to be in Franklin Square Theater or Malvern in about 2 months. And it's called Max, M-A-X.
Okay.
And I play an Italian mother.
Well, I love the Fontanas. That's one of my favorite. I really enjoyed that show.
Yeah, that's hopefully going to hit the screen soon. But you can see the Fontanas now on YouTube. The first 3 shows are there.
Okay.
So all these things happen because I was passionate about helping people. And that's where they say you get what you give.
I agree. So when my son was very little, I used to take him to the nursing homes with me when I wasn't working, because I didn't work for a short period of time when I was married, and we would volunteer our time. So since he was in a stroller, he's been donating his time. And when it came time during Superstorm Sandy to give out those ready-to-eat meals, and I told him about it, he wanted to give them out. So we went to the train station, and we spent hours for 3 days giving out ready-to-eat meals. And he was only, I guess he was 10.
He was
and
young.
when we got home, he said to me, he goes, "Mom, I feel so good right now."
Oh, that's nice.
So I think it's also really important to stress for these young parents right now to encourage their children, even if it's a small little
Definitely.
thing, to volunteer
Yes.
anywhere.
Anyway,
It's absolutely,
anywhere.
it's very good for you.
It doesn't have to be anywhere structured even, right? Like just go to the church or your synagogue and give back some of the time, because the children, I mean, he was 10, he knew it felt good.
Well,
And they
Stephanie's
will. They
been
will realize
volunteering
that.
since day one. I mean, God, how many things
And she
we
has
put
not
together.
stopped because
I
we
know.
have her now.
Yeah,
This is
that's
true.
it.
We are lucky to have her now.
Yes.
My new
Very
passion
good.
now.
Yeah.
I'm a new charity now that I'm big on. She said, I thank you enough. I said, don't thank me. Thank me when I get the money. Because now,
Yeah.
now we're going to start to apply for grants.
But you know, you go in these stages of your life. Like I was a charity for quite a long time. And then it was time to, you know, switch to a career in coaching and other things because I was getting older and, you know, it's expensive. But it is easier when you're a charity to gain more than it is when you're a business. But there's a drop off, you know, and there's, you know, so you still volunteer. So as your business, you volunteer anyway to help the charity. So it all works out. And you never know in life what can happen.
That's for
And
Exactly.
That's
everything happens for a
absolutely for
reason.
sure.
And
You don't know.
we're still sitting here today, right? From
Listen, I saw it. I saw it
2013.
I saw it firsthand after I had broken something else. I did a stint in the rehab at the nursing
broken
home.
something. She only broke a hip, an arm, or some break
It's always
something.
As a matter of fact, I had a physical last week, and the doctor said to me, "So," and I said, "I'm going to lay it on the line." I said, "Uh-oh." He said, "I think if you don't fall anymore, you could make next year's physical."
Okay.
He said, I think if you just don't
It's
fall, you
true.
might very well make it
Okay.
because everything, the blood work, everything else is great. It's just try not to fall."
And mine say the opposite. You are not allowed to fall again. So, you know, it's like different strokes for different folks, but we're getting up there.
Yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately, I'm proud to say I'm 73. And guess what? I don't quit.
Well, I'm a little
And-
older than that.
Yeah.
So am I.
Not much.
So I say in my book, this is From Fire to Freedom, every day, everybody, get up, get dressed, show up. Never give up. And this book has stories of many people, as well as my friend here, Stephanie. She has a story in it. And there is 80 women in here who did not give up. They got up every day, got dressed, and showed up. And they are happy people.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's a lot of history here sitting at this table because we have 4 women here that really didn't go to sleep. You know?
Sometimes I needed a good cry.
Yeah, well, there's that.
We've
in there,
done that.
too.
We've done that.
I've
There's
needed a good
Nothing wrong
cry.
with a good cry. It's like, you know, like a pressure cooker. You have to little.
Yeah,
We've done
steam it
that.
out, you know?
Yeah, we even have one
That's a
story
good
about a
cry.
prostitute that we met at a bar because when you're out of work, you do go to bars.
Yeah.
And you hang out and talk to women. And she was counting a lot of money at the bar. And we got to talk to her. We learned a little bit about her. And we helped her. She was living in her car. But now she's not a prostitute. She's a hugger.
Oh.
And she changed her career and is happy now. And she doesn't have to live in her car anymore.
She doesn't make as much money though. does she?
No,
No,
she doesn't
no.
make as much.
But she's
I'm just
happy.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But the
hugger,
thing is-
prostitute.
There
Or
is
tomato,
ways.
tomato.
You're not making as much money. though. You're not making as much
Nah,
money.
you know,
come
just-
on now.
You just have
Be
to
real.
you have to reach out to those people. You know, there are days when you see people, they're so miserable. But yet, when I was out of work, I remember we talked about it. I would see people all dressed up going to work, and I was like, I can't get a job. And I'd be like so mad. And I'm like, you know, she doesn't look that great. Where is she working? You know, you get in these modes when you
do.
can't get ahead.
No.
And then all of a sudden, everything falls into place.
Yeah, and you
Have-
also need good people behind you, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I
Yes.
have a lot. I'm blessed. I have a lot of good people behind me. Stephanie
Yes.
being one of them. Arthur Lee being another one. Paulie, my co-chair. When I'm not okay, and there's been times when I've been crying. And
Yeah, of course.
In fact, there was one time I thought I was having a heart attack. It was the anxiety was overwhelming,
Oh,
and they're like,
anxiety is
relax,
something.
keep going, don't stop. So it really matters when you have good people that
Absolutely.
are surrounded.
My board is phenomenal. I have a group of ladies that absolutely they'll be like, okay, they could tell like by the look on my face I'm coming up with something. They're like, all right, well brace ourselves. And my whole chapter, we have about 50 ladies, and from people who just send their dues to people that come to every meeting to people that come to every event, but each one of them brings a unique piece to our group, which
Exactly.
makes a whole group phenomenal. And some people say, well, they should do this or they should. I'm like, no, you know what? Whatever they can do, whatever they're bringing,
Their little piece.
makes
Exactly.
us
Right.
makes us a great organization. You can't have everybody do the same thing.
Right.
No.
And I'm so thankful for everything.
And not
that they
everybody
do.
has the same inclination or talent.
Or
I mean,
talent, or
I could have an
time.
inclination to do something and have absolutely zero talent for it.
Well, I'll never
I
forget
doubt
the
that.
day with the Long Island Volunteer Hall of Fame because you gave me the idea, and that was a board that was a little stuffy. You know, I mean, I was younger, more like, I guess, you know, boisterous, whatever. They were more stuffy. Anyway, we came up with the idea of going with Steve Carl and getting the benches made all around the golf course in Bethpage. And they looked at me like I was out of my mind. And we did it.
Yeah.
And those benches are still there in the, Bethpage. And it was quite an accomplishment. Instead of, me giving you an award today, the bench is there now and you sit on it. But again, they thought we were nuts. You remember that, don't you?
Many people have thought that of us
But that's
over
okay.
the
Let them
years.
think all they
I'm not
want.
lying.
They just didn't think it could happen. And it did. So, we've had some fun and we had some drives at night that were a little crazy.
We had some experience.
We went to a lot of charity events, trust
We
me.
had, I just call myself America's guest.
Okay?
That's funny.
But that's important. We need those people.
I need a place that I'll be there. I'll never
Uh,
forget. I had this one friend of mine. She was so good. She was a big shot at a bank, and she would take tables and everything. And even when I wasn't working, she called me up and she said, "You want to go to this dinner tonight?" And I went, "No." She said, "I'll start all over." I said, "What's that?" She said, "Are you going to eat tonight?" I said, "I'm thinking so." She said, "Now, how will that happen?" I said, "I haven't thought about that." She said, "Well, you're going to go out and get something? You're going to order in something? You're going to make something?" I said, "I don't know." She said, "I think you should know to get dressed and just meet me here."
yeah, and you did.
And I did.
That's what you always did. So how do
Okay,
they reach
makes
you? What's your
sense.
website? What's your information?
Okay, so you can go on Facebook, which is Blue Star Mothers, New York 14. We have a website, Military Blue Star Mothers, New York 14. You can go online and look for Blue Star Mothers of America, locate a chapter, look at Nassau County, we'll be there. You can call me, 516-476-9094. I don't mind, I get calls all the time, and I love the call.
Say it one more time slower.
Okay, 516-476-9094.
Okay.
They can reach out to me, and we always
You're always
love
there
to-
for people.
Yes, we love to hear from everyone.
And Danielle, how do they reach you?
You could reach me on Facebook or on Instagram or TikTok. No, not TikTok. Nursing Home Warrior.
That's a great name. I love it.
Thank you.
I
Actually,
would
her
think
daughter.
that you should be like standing there with these big fists.
Well, so it's interesting that you say it. No, her daughter is the one who actually gave me that name about 15 years ago, and it just
Wow.
stuck with me. But no, so I don't want to be warrior like I'm fighting anybody. I want to be warrior like
Champion.
Yes,
Championing.
champion. Yes.
That's great.
I want even nursing homes to understand that I'm not against the nursing home.
You're a
You're
champion.
enhancing them.
Because nursing homes are not all bad.
No.
That's right.
Sometimes they do things that are not fantastic, but they're not all bad.
Well, we're at the end. It went very fast, so we're going to be saying thank you to everyone. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
And it was a
Thank
pleasure hearing so many things. I think a lot of people will be telling their friends about what you do and what you're doing, and things
Amazing.
will keep happening.
And anybody that's free on Sunday would like to come to the Oceanside Care Center Sunday morning, be there at 9 o'clock and experience exactly the joy that we bring to other people, and we're happy to have you volunteer.
And tonight, if anybody's not busy, the Polo Lounge is always open. There's a nice music there tonight. There's Eddie Sessa tomorrow night at the Polo Lounge. There's Bob D'Amato at La Focaccia. There's so many performers that we have that come on the show. As you can see, they have lineups. I always have the performers in my pocket. And you know what? They're just great people to work with. And there's Jerry Ferretti. They're going to be at Caccia de Fario tomorrow night too. They're all sending me stuff the same night. I'm like, we can't go. It's too many things in one night. But we do try to get to everything once in a while. And just want to say thank you to Bobby again, as always. The set looks beautiful, Susan. The decorations look great.
Beautiful, thank
And
you.
we love our wall. Our new
Yes.
wall is beautiful.
The
We
wall's
just
stunning.
love it. And thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you.
And that is a wrap, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.